Welcome, welcome, and welcome. You are on with Kay, social issues and such. So, eventually I'm gonna get a like an intro and outro, but I just started doing this thing. I've got so many things recorded, and I was like, should I do my YouTube channel? I want to talk about it, things I want to talk about, and I finally just got up the nerve to do it. So let's go. Today's topic, y'all see the caption? How many baby daddies or baby mamas are too many for you? I pose this question because, like y'all know, I get my topics off of social media or wherever I see people talk about it. We have discussions, and it's content now. So there was this lady, and she was talking about. She said something about, I don't know. She was looking for somebody, and she was talking to this dude, or she was going to talk to this dude, and when he found out she had 5 kids and I think 5 baby daddies or 4 baby daddies, he was like, nah, he was good. Yo, they tore him a new one in the comments. He was like, oh, you judging her, you being judgmental, that's messed up, you should give her a chance. And I said to myself, why the hell should this man give her a chance? Because y'all think so? Why do people, this is the same thing with politics, why do people think that you should do what they want you to do? Why do you think that because you feel a way about something, people should follow lead? You don't know this man or his life. So he should give somebody a chance that he doesn't want to. And if he doesn't, he's being judgmental. It's nothing about that judgmental. This is a decision that he made for his life. He's not judging this woman. Judging her would be calling her name. Oh, she's a 304, or she's a thought because she got all these kids. That's being judgmental. He didn't do that. He politely said, no, thank you. I'd rather not. And his reason was because of the children and all of the dads. And the woman was mad, and she was like, oh, I mean, it was just a big thing. And I'm saying to myself, see, this is the problem. And this is what we was talking about last night with politics too. People be trying to influence and guilt people in doing things that they want them to do because they want it. They don't care about the other person. They don't give a shit about them. They care about them. If this man is telling you this is not something that he wants, why are you trying to force it on him? Why are you trying to shame him into going with you or talking to you because you want him? Forget about the fact that he doesn't want you because he wants. You're trying to find a reason why he should want this situation that he told you he doesn't want. And what y'all don't understand is, or what y'all don't see, is that is a recipe for disaster. When y'all try to force people or make people do things or influence the people to do things that they really don't want, it's going to end up a disaster in the long run. Okay? The man made it clear what he didn't want, and the women jumped on him to try to make him feel some type of way. Again, I keep saying most people aren't critical thinkers; they're surface thinkers. Think of what they see on the top. Oh, I like him and I want him and I think he'd be a good addition and my kids are great and we could. Your kids are great to you. People don't give a damn about your kids. Not saying they want anything bad to happen to your kids or they don't want the best for your kids, whatever. But people do not, when it comes to that type of stuff, your kids are special to you. Your kids are the apple of your eye. They're not the apple of this stranger's eye. They're not the apple. So initially, when he gets this is the initial meeting, and he sees 5 children, and there's 5 men that come along with it. And this is not just for women. This is for men too. Y'all want to influence people to be with y'all because you feel like they should. Because you feel like you're so great and your kids are so great and they should be a part of you and your kids' lives. But they don't. And that's why I say surface thinkers. Because you haven't considered the fact that this person, and this man had no kids. This man had no kids. And have you considered the fact that you're bringing 10 people into his life? That's 10 people, 11 people actually. There's 5 children. There's 5 men. That's 10 people right there. Plus you, that's 11 people. And even if none of the fathers are in their lives, that's even worse. So now you're coming with 5 people, plus you, that's 6 people. And I'm not even talking financial. Even if the woman is set, she takes care of kids, she got a big house, she got all of that, you're still have to share your life with 6 other people and 6 different personalities. And some people look and say, I'm not really feeling all that. I don't want to go into this because I just don't want to deal with all of this stuff. And nobody should be shamed for that. This man came on one of these dating things, and He asked, this wasn't, it was a Pop the Balloon had one too, but this was a while ago I seen it. He got mad. They asked him if he had any kids, and he was like, yeah. And then they was like, how many? He was like, oh, that's not y'all business. Y'all don't need to know that. She don't need to know. And I'm saying to myself, what are you, first of all, you should never be ashamed of your kids. And if you can't talk about how many children you have, then you're ashamed. This woman is trying to get to know you. You on a dating show, whatever, I forgot what it was. And they're asking you how much children for a reason. These are valid questions. Them dating shows be killing me. Well, what do you like to do? What do you like to eat? Those, to me, those questions, well, I guess initially, but for the most part, questions need to be asked like, how was your upbringing? How was your childhood? These are things that shape adults. If you have children and someone asks you how you have, if you have children, you say they don't need to know that. Why wouldn't they need to know that? That means, oh, so just say, okay, I'm just trying to smash and keep it moving, because that would be the only reason why you wouldn't need to know. Because guess what? Just smash, keep it moving. It's nothing. It's nothing here. But you're trying to get to know somebody and build a relationship, and you think not disclosing how many children you have makes sense. I was like, um, oh, I know what it was. It was I think it was shoot, what's her name? God, I have a terrible memory. But she do the dating show on Facebook, and y'all know her. She's real popular. Um, I forgot her name, but anyway, yeah. And he was like, and she was like, you know what? All right, having a good day, and kind of hung up on him because that's ridiculous. What it is you're ashamed. Okay, you're ashamed at the amount of kids that you have. You're mad. Why? Because you know that somebody may see that and be like, nah, I'm good, and they have every right to be. People don't get to do this stuff in the youth and have a whole bunch of children. If that and this is the thing, don't get me wrong. Don't come on here and be like, oh, you talk about kids. No, no, no. I'm talking about people. You do whatever you want to do. If you want to have 10 kids and 10 baby mothers and 10 baby fathers, whatever, you can do that. But understand that when you go out to look for a relationship or anything like that, those people have the right to be like, no, thank you. They have the right to refuse you based on the fact that you have these situations, and you don't get to guilt them into that. Guilt them into feeling, and that's what they were trying to do. Guilt this man, and he wasn't having to like go. All right, I don't know none of y'all, and I don't blame him. I don't give a fuck about what none of y'all feel. I'm gonna make a decision that's right for my life. We talked about that yesterday. I hate to keep bringing up politics, but that's all it is. People fighting and arguing about this shit. They just want you to do what they want you to do. Why you think there's so much backlash for Nicki Minaj? Because they're mad that she's doing which, yeah, listen, that shit is bogus. The speech and the black girls making white girls feel less. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not playing these games with y'all today. When have black girls ever made white girls feel less of? Like they were talking about last night. White people have always been the standard of beauty. So what are y'all talking about? White women. So what are y'all talking about? Because we love ourselves out loud now, all over the internet. Now suddenly we making them feel bad about themselves. Get the fuck out of here. You insecure bitches, go have a seat. Because ain't nobody trying to hear none of that. So when she said that, I was like, coming from a black woman, goodbye. Have a good day. I'm over it. Anyway, back to the what we was talking about. But it goes back to people feeling like people should do what they want them to do. And that's why I say y'all don't really care about people. Y'all care about yourselves. Because this person clearly said, no, I'm good. And you trying to find reasons why he's not good. This one man came on Pop the Balloon. He had 6 baby mothers and 6 children and 4 baby mothers, and everybody popped their balloon for me. He got mad and started, oh, y'all judging me, y'all judging me. No, we're not judging you. We just don't want to have 6 children. And the woman had 2 children. More the merrier, the Brady Bunch. This dumb shit he was saying. People have a right to say, listen, I have 2 children. I don't want to take on your 6 children because I'm going to, even if I don't have to provide for them financially or any of that. If we're in a relationship, I have to take on them in some form, way, or fashion. Even if if the mothers is involved, even if you guys have the best relationship ever, is cordial, great parenting, co-parenting, I still have to take on all of these people into my life. And what if I don't want to do that? What if I just like a peaceful existence, just me and my child, or no child, or whatever? Why must I take on what you have? because you want it. If I tell you I don't want it, why would you try to shame me into wanting it? I remember one time my homegirl, and this was years ago. I was in my 20s. I didn't even have no kid yet. And we were going to I ain't gonna lie, we was going to buy some bud. We were going to get some bud. And I had went out to Florida to go check on chill with her, whatever. We went out there. She was like, yo, we going to my homeboy's house. We're gonna go pick up the bud or whatever. And so we go over there. And she was like, yo, he's a shorty. He looked good. This is when we was younger, we was talking like that. He's a shorty, he young. I said he got kids. Yeah, he got 6 kids. I said, what? Nah, I'm good. Nah, yo, you gotta understand. He make 150,000. I said, I don't give a damn if he make $1 million. Y'all equate these things, finance, with being with somebody who you because he could take care of all of them. I don't give a damn about taking care of all of them. Who's gonna take care of me mentally? I don't need this man's money, and even if I did, I'm still not putting myself in that. And to me, $150,000 a year for 6 children. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so she was trying to convince me to get with this man based off the fact that because he made money. I said, what if I don't want to deal with 6 kids? Why the fuck would I deal with 6 kids? I don't have them. And if I did want kids, say I wanted to have 2. Now we up to 8. I don't. Y'all see, people can make choices for their lives that they feel is right. Y'all be trying to make choices for people's life that you feel is right for your life. Because again, to try to influence somebody or try to shame somebody into being with you, again, you want what you want for your life. Somebody may be willing to get with you having 3 kids, 3 baby moms, or 3 baby dads, whatever. But find those people. Stop looking for people who don't want that and then trying to shame them into doing that. That's not fair. And also, I find interesting people who have multiple kids with multiple people, even multiple kids. They don't want nobody with multiple kids. So you got this one lady had 4 kids, and she was like, the man can't have more than one. I'm like, but you have 4. Well, that's how I want it. Well, this is the thing. It's okay to want whatever you want. It's okay, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get it. You may. I'm not saying you can't get it. It's not, it's not possible. I'm not one of the people anything's possible. You might be able to get it, but if you can't get it, then you can't force it upon somebody. Let's keep it real. We as people, I don't say the Black community specifically because this is my community. Let's not play these games and act like some of us, not me, but I'm saying in general. Some of us have multiple children from being married to one person. Some people have multiple children and multiple baby daddies because they may have been married twice and had children, whatever. Some of us have multiple baby daddies by being freaking reckless. Some of us have baby daddies from married ass men and decided to keep a baby to try to get the man away from his wife, and it didn't work. So now you're stuck with a baby. So now here you go. Some of us have children from one night stands, dudes we never met, dudes we don't know. Some of us have get back babies. Seen Tara and Amino on what's Love and Hip Hop. The only thing with them is all their kids is by the same man. Each got 3. They got 3, but they still are baby mamas. They still, you know what I'm saying? They still got he over here. They get back babies. Let's not act like that. Oh, I got pregnant and she got pregnant and now I'm gonna get pregnant again. That's how some of us up with kids too. So don't act like we're out here just getting married and having kids and a whole bunch of kids by husband and breaking up and now we're looking for love. Some of us are out here being reckless. Reckless with our uterus. Call a spade a spade. Let's call it what it is. Some of us are out here being reckless with our uterus. And now later on in life, we want somebody to come and be like, yeah, the whole package. It don't work like that. You can't expect that or demand that. If you get it, that's great. But some of these men and some of these women are out here being offended and getting mad and saying that people are judging them when no one's judging you. They're just saying, I don't want that for my life. And they're allowed to do that. They definitely allowed to do that. Because again, some people like me as critical thinkers. I see the long run. I look at a situation and say, I have one child. That means I have one baby father. And I'm not knocking nobody who has multiple kids, multiple babies, got no kids, nobody. I don't really care about none of that. I'm not judgmental. I don't really care. I'm just being real about how these situations happen. And sometimes it is what it is. These are different scenarios and these are different. It happens. So I'm not judging none of y'all. I don't care. I'm just saying stop making people feel, you know, uh, trying to make shame people or because they're, how can I put it, trying to shame people because they're saying no, nah, that's not a situation for me. It's never a situation for me. And people have their standards and their limits. Me, I won't talk to no dude. Now I'm older now. If I talk to a man, his kids better be grown or they better not be no damn toddlers. I've always had this standard. I will never talk to a man. If I meet you and you have two baby mothers, if I meet you and you have two kids by one woman and y'all not together, I might consider it. But that's my limit is two. If you come and tell me I got three kids, I don't care if you was married 20 years. I'm not that's me. I'm not being judgmental. I'm just saying what I can tolerate and what I is okay for my life. If you come on the scene and you had two kids and two baby mamas, I'm not talking to you because I'm not looking at the service. Oh my God, he looks good. He's such a great guy. I'm looking from the root of the shit. And I'm saying to myself, do I really want to deal with two children and two baby mamas, regardless of what the situation is, regardless of y'all cordial and everything is worked out? Maybe I just don't want to be in that situation. And at that time, I didn't even have no kids, and that was my limit. Suppose I just want, and some men say this too, and they have that right. I want my first child to be your first child. I heard a man say this to a woman. That's why he on Pop the Balloon. He was like, he asked the girl how many kids she had. She had three, and she had three baby fathers, and he was like, nah. And you could see the point of her. Everybody popped a balloon. I felt bad for her, but you know what I'm saying. This is people get to choose who they want. But he was like, nah. He was like, I want my first kid to be your first kid, and I get that. He has a right to choose that. And see, the thing is, some people, when it comes to certain things, like, and I heard a man say this. The man said, yo, I'm more likely to talk to a woman. Like, say she got three kids and she was married and she got a divorce or whatever. Her husband, passed away, whatever. I will talk to a woman with three kids from one man before I talk to a woman with three kids with three different men. That's what the guy said. And I was like, okay, that he it's his opinion. I didn't look at him and I didn't judge him for saying that. But the woman who was on Pop the Balloon, they asked her and they just asked her how many kids she had. Well, they did know she had the three baby dads. But what I'm saying is, on shows like this, if somebody asks you and they just say, well, how many kids you have, and you say three or four, and they might not get to the question of how many baby daddies, that might be the deal breaker right there. That's some people's deal breaker. They don't need to go past um the amount of baby mothers, and that may not matter to some people. They just may not want to deal with you, and that's what I'm saying. It's all, and then people say, well, you don't have to worry about my kids, or you don't have to worry about my baby dad. Yes, I do. At some point, if we're building together and we plan on being in a relationship, are your kids grown and out of the house? Even if they're, I still have to deal with them in some fashion. But I'm just saying, most of the time, the kids be still living in the house. They be small kids, and y'all want, oh, you don't have to worry about my kids and this and that. Yes, I do. Because if we continue on and we grow together and we ended up being a family, aren't we going to have to move together? Aren't we going to live together? Aren't we going to build a life together? So that means we have to make arrangements and accommodations to fit our lifestyle. So if you come over here with four kids and I have none, my one bedroom or whatever I was living with, paying my money, regardless if you have it financial, I still have to be a part of a household with your children and none of my children because I don't have any, and be part of of lives and responsibilities. So I do have to worry about your kids. Even if their parent is highly involved, I have to worry about them. If I'm at home one day and I'm off and your kid is stranded at school and they need a ride to practice, I'm going to have to do those things. Because if I didn't, what kind of step parent would I be? Or what kind of person? And this is what I'm talking about. You may think that you don't have to be, or they don't have, they're going to have to be involved in some form of fashion. And some people just ain't with that. You don't get to shame them into that. And this is why I say we got to make better choices as young people, because the choices you make as a youth are going to affect you more than it will more when you become older. When you get older and you want to settle down and you actually come to your senses and understand life, you may have dug a hole so deep that you can't get out of it. Now you want to get out of it. I know someone, and I'm not going to even say if they family or not, because if I say if they family or friend or foe, if I don't know them or anybody, then you might, who has, well, you know what? I got a few of them. So I have a cousin who has 8 children. I don't even know how many baby daddies. I never asked her. I don't really care because it has nothing to do with my life. I don't look at her and judge her. I simply don't give a shit. I have another cousin who has 7 children, and I don't even know if she's. I don't know what her situation is, or she's in a relationship. I don't know how many baby daddies she got either. I know she has a few of them, but I know for a fact that she's struggling, super struggling, and somebody said this the other day, and this is kind of off topic, but somebody said that continuously having children and bringing them into poverty is something that needs to be studied. It does. Because the amount of people that I know and see, and they just keep having children and bringing children into more poverty. This, what people don't understand, I was talking about trauma. People don't understand there's different types of trauma and there's different types of, levels of trauma. Sometimes trauma could come from being neglected. And you don't, as a mother, you may not intentionally be neglected. If you have a whole bunch of children, right? And you have to divide your attention amongst them. Plus, you also maybe have to work and all of that. So the kids, they're getting the attention, but you have to divide. Again, you have to divide the attention. You have to go to work. You have to take care of things. So these kids sometimes are dealing with things that you don't have time for, or they may not want to bring it out. And then they're dealing with already poverty. Things are traumatizing. You got a whole bunch of children and you can't take care of them. You're struggling. These kids have to go to school. These kids go to school and they see other children with things that they don't have, and being bullied. A lot of that is trauma too. It may not be the form of trauma of like something violence and stuff. It's different levels of trauma. Different things cause trauma, and people don't really think about the kids. I saw a video yesterday on the internet. It was the worst thing I've ever seen when it comes to parenting. Well, I've heard worse because people have done, but I'm just talking about a live stream. These people were arguing like cats and dogs and they were filming it. And not only were they arguing, they were saying some of the most gruesome things. Oh, you suck this person and you look. And I mean, and the kids are right there, seeing them arguing and fighting. Then at one point he grabbed the phone and it was just, you think these things don't cause trauma? And when I say trauma, people always think it's something like, oh, this violence is something happening. No, seeing these images in your head and seeing these things and being around certain influences, right, have an effect on you as you grow up. So and that's another thing why people don't want to come in certain situations. Again, that's a lot of different personalities. There's you got 4 children with 4 different personalities. Four men who are those children. That's 8 people now that I have to be around. Whether I have to be around them physically or not, they are a part of this whole, like, this is a whole Brady Bunch for real. And some people don't want to be a part of that. And they have that right to it. You shouldn't be shamed. You shouldn't be shamed into being part of it. And y'all only shaming these people because, like I said, you made some ill decisions. You was a little reckless with your penis or a little reckless with your uterus or whatever in your youth. And now you want somebody to settle down with, and nobody's going for that shit. And now you don't have a leg to stand on. So naturally, let's shame them. That shit ain't working. You can only shame people who are surface thinkers. You can't shame critical thinkers because critical thinkers gonna see the long run in this shit and say, "Well, what is it in for me? A good-looking man, a good-looking woman? I don't give a fuck about that. You can find a good-looking woman and a good-looking man with no kids or one kid, or somebody who's more equally yoked. These people really get mad when you be like, nah. I seen the other day the dude was getting mad because the chick was like, nah. Oh, why do you can't y'all being? They're not judging. Why the hell did these people have to come into a situation where you got 6 kids and 6 baby mothers? Why do I have to do that? Because you want it. You don't give a fuck. These people don't give a shit about if they want it. You want it. So because you want it, you want me to want it too. Because it benefits you. That shit don't benefit me. And you trying to tell, and y'all be trying to tell the men, y'all be trying to tell the women why it's benefiting them. If you got to convince somebody of the benefits of something, especially a relationship, maybe you shouldn't be there. I shouldn't have to make selling points on why it makes sense to mess with me with 6 children and 6 baby daddies. Once I tell you, yo, I got 6 kids and 6 baby daddies, and you say, nah, I'm good. And I say, well, what's the problem? Well, the problem is I'm not really feeling the fact that you got all these kids and all these men behind it. Me, if that was me, I'd be like, you know what? This dude said this one time, and I wasn't offended at all. This man didn't want to talk to me, and I didn't push up on him, but it was like this thing, and it was like somebody trying to hook up or whatever. But he didn't want to talk to me because I had one kid. He was like, no. Did I get mad? Absolutely not. Did I call him? No. Did I try to convince? Yo, well, I'm just saying, it's only one. Nah. He told me straight off the bat he don't want nobody with no kids because, again, he was one of those people. We were young. This was not, not so young, like 20 something, maybe 26, 27. And he said he didn't have no kids and he wanted somebody who did. No. I must have been about, because I had my daughter when I was 28. So I must have been about 29, 30. About 30, because me and my daughter's father had already broke up, and she was about 2. And somebody was trying to hook me up with somebody. And he was like, no, because, I don't want to buy with kids. I want to have my own kid. I respected it and moved on. I didn't try to convince that man why he should be with me or why it's so great. None of that. None of that. I went about my business because I'm not stupid enough to go be with somebody who tells me this. And then later on, when they decide this is not what they wanted and they just was pressured into this and they leave me high and dry, now you're a fucking weirdo. You're chasing them around. You're acting like a freaking psycho stalker when you knew from the goddamn gate that they didn't want to be here. You knew it, but you still, oh, let me come over. I want him. Yeah, he don't want you. He told you that already, but you forced him. You pressured him. You made him feel, oh, now he is. You can't do that to me. I remember when I broke up with my yo, he tried everything in the book. Well, you said this, that we were going to get married. I don't give a shit. And people say stuff all the time and change their mind. Well, that's not right because your daughter's not going to have a family. Oh, you should have thought about that when you did the bullshit. That's what I'm saying. People can't shame me into doing anything that I don't want to do. Stop trying to shame people into doing stuff. Stop trying to shame people into relationships. Stop trying to shade people into the polls. Stop trying to shade people, period, for doing what y'all don't, because that's all it is. I'm about to get out of here at the 30-minute mark, too. I just wanted to talk about that, and that is the question of the day. How many baby daddies, mamas are too many, and why? Is one too many? Like the dude told me, one, he was good. I respected it. Is two too many? What is too many? And I put this question out there because people like to generalize stuff and act like you're just supposed to go here and go there. Truth be told, that people, again, have the right to do it. And everybody's different and everybody thinks different. That's why I always say that. Because y'all expect like a one-track mind thing. It's so many different scenarios. It's so many different things. People could be married and had 8 children. People could not be married and had 8 children and 8 baby daddies. Some people had 8 children and 1 baby daddy, 2 baby daddies. It's just so many different scenarios. So many different things because people live different lives. Women could have been married for 20 years and never had no kids or had one. Like everybody's life is different. So we don't get to judge their life. As far as, look at them, they're doing that. She got all these kids and he got all these kids, so he must be this and he must be that. Nah, we don't get to do that. People get to live their life however they want to do. You can have opinion on all you goddamn want to. But the past judgment is insane. You can also say, that's not for me. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to deal with that person. That's not judgment. You're making a decision for yourself. But no, you don't get to go around and judge them because of their situation. That's not fair. But politely step aside and say, you know what? This is not for me, and go about your business. And for the person on the receiving end, respect those decisions and stop feeling like people are judging you. You only feel like people are judging you because you're ashamed. If you didn't feel ashamed, you wouldn't think you were being judged. Judged on what? Judged on what? The rejection. That's what's called. You're ashamed and you're being rejected, and you're ashamed of this rejection because you know where the rejection is coming from. It's not about you per se. They might feel you. Oh, damn, you bad. You attract. You got a nice personality. Because you have this with you, I don't want it, and that's the problem. That's what y'all can get past. The person likes me, but I have this, and they don't want this. I want them to take me with this. It don't work like that. Sorry. But anyway, chime in. Um, mm, Chime in, and you can leave a response. We can follow up on this if you want to, or answer the questions in the replay. How many baby daddies or mamas are too many? I want to know what y'all think. I'm out, y'all. You on with Kay.